The energy stays intense throughout this weekend. We are given a powerful blend of intensity, passion, transformative energy to deepen, to strengthen our relationships and personal pursuits. The headline, though, is Jupiter is moving into Gemini for the following year. So what a wonderful birthday gift for you lucky Geminis out there. And truly, it's a gift to all of us, offering us numerous opportunities for personal and professional growth, which we will discuss in much more detail. So sit back, relax, and join me as we embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. We will gain an understanding of how to embrace and utilize this energy and move forward today and every day. So hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the positive, loving support you send me each and every day. You guys absolutely rock. And welcome to your weekend focus, May the 25th and the 26th, 2024. So we'll start with the numerology. Saturday, we have the 25 energy. The 25 energy is... It's growing the beauty around you. It's growing the beauty in our relationships. It's growing the beauty in our environment. It is understanding what is truly needed in order for us to feel centered, in harmony, kind of a peace of mind kind of energy, a balanced, centered kind of energy. 2 + 5 is a 7. Definitely we are trying to infuse our relationships and our environment with happiness, joy, love, comfort, beauty. And if we look at the daily numerology for Saturday, it would be a 5 plus a 7 plus an 8. That gives us a 20 energy. The 20 energy is about turning points, decisions that need to be made, forks in the road. 2 + 0 is a 2. And under all this beautiful, intense energy that we have circling around us, amidst all of us, the 2 energy does tell us that there is magic all around us, but it's very important that we understand the magic that we are gifted with. Our talents, our abilities, our unique selves. Sunday, 26 energy. The 26 energy is about working towards goals, prosperity, abundance, but the work has to be put in. These things just don't land in your lap because, 2 + 6 is an 8, which is a money energy, right? So sometimes under a money energy, things just happen. But when it comes through to us, as a 26 energy, know that we have to think it through, make the plan, make the strategy, make it practical, make it doable. We have to be consistent, show up on a consistent basis, and give it our energy. Roll up our sleeves, get to work. To have a patience, a perseverance. And we will find ourselves very successful if we can do those things. Now, the daily numerology for Sunday would be a 5 plus an 8 plus an 8, which gives us a 21. The 21 energy is all about completions, endings, in order to go forward. The 21 energy says it's the end of the line. It's time to take an elevated path. It's time to increase your knowledge, your wisdom, taking new paths, taking in new interests, new hobbies, new ways of doing, being, becoming. 2 + 1 is a 3, and the 3 is about transformation and growing in our transformation. It's about communicating with each other. It's about allowing our inner child to come out and play and roam and learn and grow. The sun is in Gemini and our moon is in Sagittarius for a very short period of time. By around noon Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, the moon will have moved into Capricorn for our entire weekend. So it's more of a structured plan, make the list, make the strategy, meet our obligations, our responsibilities. Now Venus will trine Pluto this weekend, which infuses our relationships with people, but also with the things that fill us with passion, desire. It'll be all infused with this pleasure, this intensity of passion. Existing relationships, it can lead to a new spark entering the relationship, deepening your emotional bond, perhaps even a renewal of commitment. And any issues, any things that need to be talked about or addressed effectively can be done now. Healing and growth are supported definitely in this energy. Now, if it's a new relationship, you meet under this energy, okay? Very intense, all-consuming. It'll almost feel like fate has brought you together. But down the road, what happens under this energy is more and more complications. Learning how to talk tomorrow. More complications than you would usually happen to come across start to appear. So it's really important to set boundaries from the very beginning of any kind of encounter like this, okay? Now, if it's your passion, your dream, your desire, expect your creativity and your self-expression to be enhanced. It could even be like off the charts, but definitely enhanced. You may feel this deep drive to create, to explore, to immerse yourself in some kind of artistic or creative project that will bring you great satisfaction, great joy. It's a time to open up emotionally to a partner, share your feelings, your desires, your fears, be honest, open, truthful in that dialogue. Focus on areas of a relationship that need some sort of transformation or healing to be infused in it. Now, the main event is Jupiter moves into Gemini on Saturday. So it'll be in Gemini until June 2025. So now's the time to make some plans on how to tap into that energy so that you can roll out that plan, that strategy over the course of the year. So it's almost like, getting a lottery ticket, but saying if you are getting the lottery numbers, but saying if you play those numbers today, they'll come up in a year. So you play them every day because they're going to come up in a year. If you miss a day, the bet's off. So it's not going to happen. It's something that, somebody says you show up for a month, I'm going to give you this much money at the end of the month. So you're going to show up for that month because it's guaranteed. So a lot of things can be almost guaranteed, etched into stone, if you start the plan now and have a great strategy. And we are walking through energy to do just that. So utilize that energy as well, right? That Mars and Saturn, right? Mars and Saturn on Friday brought that energy in for us. So it may be all of a sudden that you feel like you have this thirst of knowledge, or thirst for knowledge. I can't talk anymore. So excellent time to consider taking a workshop, a course, and don't be surprised if there are multiple interests that you want to explore, and this energy actually supports us indulging in more than one course of study, like at the same time even. We will be able to juggle it, so be careful that you're not just doing that and the rest of your life goes on hold, okay? Because we can take it to the extreme. So, stay practical, doable actions. We may find ourselves communicating more, so it'll be much easier to express our ideas with some sort of clarity. You may look into writing, speaking, teaching, socializing, networking, making new connections, all prime areas to expect growth in your life. And if you work in like communications or media, technology, expect the opportunities for advancement and expansion. So where do you want to expand? Where do you want to advance within your career? Allow yourself to go with the flow. Stay flexible. Welcome in innovative thinking. That may lead you to some groundbreaking ideas, creative solutions. It's definitely a time to think outside the box. So we'll turn to the cards. So even though the energy has been intense for a week, it's really been extremely good, beautiful energy for us to grow, to take bold, giant steps and leaps and bounds in our paths right now. But we have to show up and do the work. We have to align with the energy. Our underlying card is, look at that, Temperance shows up. Temperance is having more by having less. You don't need to create more, or buy more in order to feel like you have something in this world. This is about your personal balance. This is about, they say you need 8 hours sleep a night. But do you? Are you more the person that needs 10? Or maybe you sleep for 5 or 6 hours and then you have this like 2-hour nap in the middle of the day or something like that. What works for you? So it's time definitely to clear space in your world for the new beginnings, the new starts. What is no longer needed? What is just taking up space? What will get in the way of you planting new seeds and going in new directions? And what is the secret recipe that will work just for you? Because if you spend a little bit of time in meditation and asking yourself and pondering this, you will find some really innovative and imaginative solutions on how you can do just that going forward. We have the Queen of Wands. Well, she is a lady filled with enthusiasm. She's also the judge and jury, okay? So she does ask all the questions. She has a very good idea of what she's getting herself into. As far as the great plan and the great strategy, she's a little off the game on that, but she has enough enthusiasm to make up for it 10 times over. Her enthusiasm alone will gather other people in the direction of her to help her, to move her forward, to be a part of it, whatever she is. They might not even know what it is, but they love the energy and the enthusiasm that's going on. And it's like moths to a flame. They all want to be a part of it. So know that when you start out something with this great enthusiasm, that you will, just by raising your vibration, your energy, attract more people who will want to help, like-minded people that will want to help. She's also one that, she changes on the go. She's extremely flexible. So it's truly a Gemini energy where you can be so flexible to just change. A Gemini child is in the sandbox, but then they're on the swings, and then they're over on the monkey bars, and is that them over by the tennis court? And they just bounce from here to there, and they want to learn a little bit about that and do a little bit of that and learn a little bit here and do a little bit there. And so we will find ourselves like that as well in many aspects. So and the energy does support us in doing those kinds of things. So it's about being flexible. When she thinks that, let's look at it, what's working, what's not working. She throws a bunch to the wall, and what sticks, she works with. What doesn't work, she just sweeps away for the time being. She's not even going to be bothered with it, because she's looking at the successes, the results, the goals being met, knowing that the abundance is becoming, or the prosperity is becoming closer and closer every step she takes. We have the King of Cups. Wow, the royalty is out here for us today. The King of Cups. So we know that we are a strong diplomat this weekend. We also know that we are highly intuitive this weekend. Same goes with the Queen being here. The intuition is extremely strong. He's grounded. He's strong. No matter what kind of turmoil surrounds him, he knows that he can weather any storm. And so that comes from a great belief in yourself, a great confidence in yourself. So it is about attaching yourself to your confidence, knowing that you will make the right decision for you each and every time. In fact, it's humanly impossible to do a wrong action towards yourself. So you say, well, Tilly, there's a lot of things, people harm themselves on a regular basis. But you know what? That is, in their mind, the very best choice, considering what choices they had at the time. We always pick the very best choice for ourselves. It may have been the wrong choice, but on the limited knowledge, or where we were willing to take in information, receive information, examine the information, and where we didn't, that leaves a lot of room open for error. But more times than not, we choose the right way the first time around, because we're being true to ourselves. We're standing in our own confidence, our own strengths, and our own passions to go forward. We have the Five of Swords, healthy ego. Some people are going to show up that are going to try and help you move on your path. I mean, if they've already walked the path that you want to walk, then listen intently, ask questions. Find out where you might have hit an obstacle or a limitation based on your approach. And they tell you how, oh, that's how they did it, and this is what happened, and in the end they did this and that worked. And so we can bypass a lot of little troubles and hiccups along the path if we take attentive. And there's a lot of communication that's going to start happening that will help us, and it's going to help us to form our questions and our wordings properly to really get a great understanding. So it will be our conversations could be great learning experiences for us. But so don't just think you know it all as you go forward, even though you've researched a lot or you've taken courses, you've got diplomas on the wall, whatever. You can always learn something new, and you need to really keep a healthy attitude about that during this time. Other ways you may close doors that should be, that you should be wanting to walk through, or they could have helped you in some way gain some kind of footing that you can't have without their help. Or it'll take much longer to get to that point. But you know, on the other hand, having a healthy ego is knowing to protect yourself and your dreams and your desires. So when somebody comes in and starts criticizing you, that is the time to turn away from them. That is the time to start making space. They criticize, they punch holes, they tell you that you shouldn't, you couldn't, you mustn't, you can't, for whatever reasons they've come up with in their mind. Okay, remember that that is just their opinion and not the truth. And you may want to explore why they think that way, but in no way should you be taking criticism from somebody who has not walked the path, that has no idea of what your dream entails, your desires entail. Only you know that. So you are the protector of that. So a healthy ego will keep that protected. An unhealthy ego, you'll turn off information coming in and you'll listen to the critics. We have the Chariot. The Chariot is about pulling it back a little bit. We want to. It's like we're at a fork in the road. We have decisions to make. Is it this path or is it this path? We're undecided. We're unsure, and it doesn't help that it's foggy. It doesn't help that it's nighttime and it's completely pitch black out, even though there's a moon shining. So we want to wait for the sun to come out to enlighten us, to gain the information, the knowledge, the clarity, right? The fog needs to lift so that we can get the clarity, so that we can see down those pathways, so that we can see maybe some obstacles that were lying in wait for us. Or what if it's a dead end, right? We want to see these things. We want to have a little bit more information before we actually decide that we're taking this path or this path. So we want to be patient enough to wait for the information to come in, because it will come in if we're asking the questions. And then we have the Lovers. So this is embracing passions, dreams, desires, another person, deepening the bond, growing the relationship, strengthening the relationship, strengthening the bond. But this is also strengthening the passion that you have for a dream, a desire, a deep passion, for how you want to go forward, for the life that you want to lead, for the things that you want to make tangible in your life, reality in your life, manifest in your life. We'll get an oracle card. So we have very strong cards on the board. I mean, we started with Temperance. We ended up finishing with the Chariot and the Lovers torn together. So, you know, sometimes honoring our passions and the people we love the most is by having a patience. To know that we're there for the long haul. To know that a couple of minutes, a couple of days, even a couple of weeks isn't really going to matter, so long as that we have sure steps going forward. And that's really, you know, what the pullback is here. But it's about embracing those passions, those dreams, those people in our lives. And we don't need a lot to do it with. We don't need a lot. So find your true balance of what makes you happy, what you need in your life in order to bring in joy. We have inner truths, the 16 energy, so awakenings. It's like we're walking in a crystal cave with a small light leading the way, making sure that we take the sure steps. Okay, 16. There is a depth to your feelings. You are on your way to understanding your feelings and desires more clearly. The next steps on your path will soon reveal themselves. Stay vigilant to new opportunities that may lead to the beginnings of novel projects or assist with current ventures. Look around you and within. Be willing to do the work at the deepest level, as you will find jewels of wisdom, knowledge, and the inner voice all waiting patiently to assist you. There's that patiently again. Nature's crystals are created deep within the earth. Go deep and find your own treasures. So yeah, go within. Understand the magic of who you are, of what you bring to the table, your talents, your abilities, your unique self. We'll get an animal card before we go. And for this weekend, we have the Three of Air. We have a beautiful rose-breasted grosbeak. Grosbeak? Sadness is a part of life, but you don't have to endure it alone. You may need a little time to heal, but once you work your way through the emotions, you'll be stronger than before. So this might be this healthy dialogue we need. That it's okay to talk about our fears, about our desires, about what's upsetting us, about the tensions that are around us in our relationships with another. And yes, it's okay to feel sad. Honor that feeling of sadness. You just don't want to stay stuck in that feeling of sadness. You want to flow through that feeling of sadness. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.